We're happy you're here to discover money-saving tips. Saving is a skill that can be learned, and the more you do it, the simpler it becomes. We'll go over some tips and techniques that will help you start saving money and accomplish your financial goals. As a result, if you're prepared to manage your financial destiny. Making and setting financial goals. Making a budget is an essential first step in managing your finances. It may help you keep track of your spending, identify waste, stay organized, and monitor your net worth. An effective budget should include financial goals to keep you motivated to save money and make investments. The budget should contain both short-term and long-term objectives as well as success metrics. Outlining your financial goals in detail might provide you the information you need to make informed decisions. The word short-term refers to goals that can be achieved in a year or less, such as purchasing a new laptop, replacing your furniture, quickly paying off a debt, or saving money for a vacation. You must also save an emergency fund that can cover expenses for at least 3 to 6 months. Longer-term goals, such as consolidating larger debts or setting aside a certain sum of money, fall under the category of medium-term goals. Long-term goals often include acquiring wealth and retirement savings. Automating savings with recurring deposits. Anyone who wishes to build financial stability must do more than just live within their means. You must also continuously make deposits into a savings or retirement account. To make savings simpler, you may set up automatic transfers to a separate checking or savings account. You may decide the size and frequency of recurrent transfers of money between your accounts after they are set up. Automated transfers have different goals in mind. You no longer need to think about setting up recurring deposits and preventing mistakes like excessive spending and impulsive buying. Customers may easily link a payment to a recurring calendar event thanks to automation. By consenting to contribute a predetermined amount on a regular basis, preferably no earlier than after major payments, for example, a rent payment. Automated transfers enable timely, secure, and simple automation incomes that deposit regularly to the account. Living within your means and cutting back unnecessary spending. Making a budget is the first step in taking control of your finances. It's crucial to recognize your requirements, spend money intelligently, and keep your overhead low. This requires cutting down on unnecessary spending, which often has to start outdoors. You must forego any costs, such as monthly textbook subscriptions, streaming music services, movie platforms, and party supplies, among others, if your budget cannot sustain them. You must, however, carefully consider what constitutes reasonable standards. However, any item that is not absolutely required should be removed from the budget right once and evaluated to determine its need. By weighing the need and cost of the purchase and avoiding questionable marketing tactics, you may delay impulsive purchases. Utilize smart saving solutions like Mint, which enable users to take control of their finances, to start constructing an electronic budget. Shopping around for the best prices and looking for deals. For many people, the issue is made worse by a lack of knowledge of how prices are calculated. Prices are influenced by a number of factors, including the cost of goods and services, the number of consumers, the intensity of competition, and the location of businesses that deal in the same commodity. Even while the process can seem difficult, it is really rather simple. By comparing costs provided by competitors and, where possible, conducting your shopping from the convenience of your living room without leaving the house. The majority of local and state governments already provide citizens programs that promote legal literacy and the adoption of cost-cutting strategies when making purchases. Every retailer and seller has a different pricing strategy, so you should always conduct your homework in advance to ensure that you get the best deal possible. The cost-conscious consumers seek to reduce spend phase is another name for this activity. To get the best deals, think about utilizing online comparison shopping sites. You may further safeguard your money by paying with cash. Paying off debt and considering consolidating student loans. You don't have to let debt dictate your goals and life's destiny. A good financial strategy and wise financial practices pay well. A debt-free financial situation is essential, and cutting the payment term in half while paying off more debt will allow you to handle more debt sensibly. The best course of action is to pay off all of your debts in full. To motivate the necessary shift towards living within one's means, credit may be creatively utilized. However, there are significant variations in the price of tuition. Spreading out income over time has proved effective in accelerating debt repayment while making investments, since it is common for student loans to be utilized to pay for these responsibilities. Consolidating student debts may be an option when making payments is difficult and adapting to current income at the beginning of a new stage of life is difficult. This is done by having private lenders combine all of the existing loans into a single, larger loan with a duration that is typically approximately 20 years. Monitor your bank balances to avoid overdraft fees and other surprises. Once income sources have been completely used, there is no need to be surprised by overdraft fees and other undesirable expenses. The problem with account squaring is often brought on by external expenses rather than actual mistakes. Don't forget that all personal bank accounts have low balances. In response to bank balance updates on smartphones, improved protection against different unforeseen payments that are imposed as a consequence of failing to monitor checkbooks has been proposed. Instead of borrowing money or requesting help from the bank, customers may avoid further costs by keeping track of their expenditures and paying just what they have already done. Skipping the morning coffee and finding ways to make ends meet. No matter what your financial goals are, going out to eat and relying on pointless expenditures are issues that are connected to the work for which you are also accountable. The secret is to make the most of the various resources available while establishing daily objectives, cutting down on significant expenses, and budgeting more of one paycheck. Prioritizing which sources of money must be taken care of first and which war-ready wastes a cutter must dispose of after the accumulation of recurring payments pays off handsomely. Giving up their morning coffee is a common money-saving strategy, which reduces their overall bill costs for less essential pleasures. However, the greatest method to kickstart long-lasting personal financial reductions is to change ingrained spending patterns. When dining out in luxury, losing stuff, purchasing telecom bundles, or using too many applications on too few promises, one may feel as if they are being penalized more than they really are. Recognize patterns, create routines, and resolve to plan your meals during busy barter weeks as you reorganize your eating habits. Then, to help you maximize your chances of saving money on debt, choose a budget for the applications that are accessible. Some investment strategies that are centered on making the right decisions in life might greatly improve cost-saving effectiveness. Which makes sense, even when your production hasn't yet been successful. Invest in index funds and create an emergency fund. The location of the race is often decided by investment. Consider investing methods that govern how asset flows should be sufficiently diversified to cover any expectations for unfavorable desires for losses and gains. Yield expectations formed even in the early years before asking too many inquiries. Given the information, both long and short positions should try to deploy funds in both directions, based on the investor's preferences, often with a rare review of crises and warrants that are too likely to cause a ruckus. Taking advantage of employer-sponsored savings plans. Any professional with thrifty tendencies would be used to working in a team with help from benefit packages, so collaborative effort while sizzling in top-notch work surroundings naturally endures. However, businesses today more than ever have access to a range of financing options, including as 401ks, ESOPs, employee stock ownership plans, and demand funding for members' healthcare. Together, these many tactics match daily operational finance with the current high-aiming general treasury management expenditure targets. The availability of qualified money is then taken into consideration, together with a risk-taking strategy that may be heightened but is less likely to be predicted, to create new competition rules that allow for reasonable cost reductions on specially created programs. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.